2025 was an amazing year for gaming and my backlog. I finished 22 games, which is about my average, with 14 of them being my favorites that I'm bringing to you. I was more lenient than last year with a few of my favorite picks. However, that doesn't mean I was swimming in trash. Let's just say I became an experienced vampire hunter. That's right, I've been on the Castlevania Express ever since I played Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon back in 2020. And this experience is not stopping anytime soon. Dracula X and Bloodlines had my preferred visuals and music, with Dracula X music being jazzy and funky with striking bass lines, taking you on this epic journey. Now, Bloodlines visuals were vibrant and uniquely detailed with some full level interactions that I wish I could see more of. It's a very beautiful game. And then there's the whip in Castlevania 4. And what a beautiful whip gameplay that was. The way the whip is used is simple, but it really changed how I think about playing Castlevania games with movement. I know it mostly came down to swinging, climbing, and breaking, and I believe some pulling, which apparently was in Bloodlines. I didn't know. But I really liked how it changed the gameplay. The last Castlevania game I want to talk about is Castlevania 3, which made me realize where the idea for Bloodstained Curse of the Moon came from. Even with its retro gameplay and difficulty, I was in awe with the similarities and departures from each other. I really felt at home with Castlevania 3 in many ways, and I enjoyed this Castlevania Express that I've been on so far. Another series I enjoy and really feel at home at is Sonic the Hedgehog, and this time I played Sonic Rush Adventure. This is my favorite way to experience the boost game formula. The short level design and missions were great for exploring Blaze the Cat's homeworld. The water vehicle parts used the stylus in a traditional way that was easy but different with each shift type. That added some difficulty. The races were the most challenging for the last two emeralds with my experience in the game. The levels and music really have the same energy as the first, with more of a focus on the island and tropical theme. Overall, a game that may needed more focus though is Monster Hunter Wild.
What happened?
Monster Hunter has some of my favorite gameplay and combat, and that's all I really needed for this game to be a favorite this year. However, there are things I enjoyed more in Rise and World with the weapon combat and mission variety. I was also disappointed with the story because I really like the idea of cloned monsters. This shouldn't be an excuse, however. I had slight hopes at one point. A game I didn't have hopes for, yet shifted my opinion, was SkyDrift, aka Mario Kart Double Dash X Sonic Riders, with small anime girls. The art and graphics feel bland and uninspired. I was almost ready to write this game off, however, the racing gameplay and the racing system really hooked me in. Just like Suda 51, hooking me in again with Killer 7. This is definitely my favorite game of his, with No More Heroes sitting in the backlog. While I could describe it as an on-rail shooter with no movement that has mystery and puzzle solving elements, you really have to experience this unfinished and insane story that only Suda 51 could tell. Highly recommend. I also highly recommend Strider 2014, which is an amazing reboot that is insane how fun and simple it is. Definitely my remake of the year. Anyone into Metroidvanias and Capcom games needs to play this one. From gameplay, story, boss fights, music, and level design, Strider 2014 gives you everything you may want from a classic action platformer, from the late 360, PS3, early PS4, Xbox One era. Again, my remake of the year. Action games are some of my favorite in the genre, and I've finished 3 beat-em-ups this year, being Tunche, Rara Boom, and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. First, Tunche's setting, art, and gameplay were all amazing and something I want to see more of. I love the game's story and gameplay integration that I think other games now are using even more. The music could use some variety, and maybe another element to the combat would interest me even more. Overall, it is a solid beat 'em up I definitely recommend. Second is Rara Boom, a beat 'em up and running gun that needs to learn a little bit more from what makes these genres so loved. The game is janky and the story is dull, but I think it can be improved by adding some more strategy to the gameplay. I'm probably being way too nice to this game. However, there'll be something here. The last one is Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Since I didn't finish Absalom, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is without a doubt my favorite game I finished in 2025, released the same year. The pixel art, combat, music, and even the secrets have so much personality, with each character having a unique playstyle to them with a few overlaps. Finding an easy level up tip and trick was also a highlight for this game. The last 2 games are my Game of the Year contenders, with Psychonauts 2 coming in second, and it's a wonderful sequel to the first. I don't have any negative points from my notes. The praise this game received before are deserved, as it dives deeper into the characters, world, and story overall. The characters' different relationships unfolding were pretty sweet and shocking also to learn about. The level's deep personal themes brought some inspiring designs as well. If you love the first one, this is a good and easy pickup. And if you never heard of it, I highly recommend Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2. That leaves my best game of 2025 being Bomb Rush Cyberphone. Was it the lightly cryptic story, free-flowing gameplay, simple graphics, and colorful world? Was it the soundtrack? It was definitely the soundtrack. However, when these were put together, I just kept running back to this game. I wanted to finish it for my backlog's sake, yet I just wanted to ride and play without a care, listening to the music. Exploring New Amsterdam was liberating, finding different collectibles and tagging crews as I just covered the world with my art of my own. Also getting in trouble with the police, but you know. Everything is a love letter to Jet Set Radio, while expanding and being true to what Bomb Rush Cyberphone is and wants to be. I couldn't be more excited to share this as my top game of 2025. So, what's your game of 2025? And how far along are you on your backlog? Share in the comments, please.